Raise camera for better angle. Hey, it knows about my chins.
What?
My phone is trying to help me. I had it like this to see if my hat and the sunglasses were working, and it says raise camera for better angle.
Oh, seriously?
Hey, fatty.
Hey guys, my name's James.
And I'm Ashley.
Last year we sold our house and we're traveling across the country with our kids.
Hi, my name's Goose, and this is Maverick. Come join us.
What's up, chicklets? How are you guys doing in this crazy world that we have going on right now? Oh my goodness. So we weren't even gonna make this video today, but the craziness that's going on right now has completely flipped our plans, our life upside down, just like it has for everybody else.
Yep.
So we just kind of wanted to do this as an update video to let you guys know how COVID-19 has changed the chick's life and what's going on with us, and just to hear from you guys. We want to know what's going on in your lives as well, as far as how you're being affected with this virus. Has it affected your family, just your lifestyle? We want to hear from you guys as well. As you guys know, we have been fairly silent on YouTube and social medias for this past few months with this side business that we just started, as well as we're just kind of in between seasons on the chick's life. We're not doing any big travels right now, but I was so excited to announce. In fact, we've already filmed our announcement video for our next season and our route that we had planned, and we were like super positive and excited and everything. And then the next week, literally after filming it, actually we started filming it during the uprise of this.
At the very beginning, when it wasn't.
When there was no restrictions on travel, there was no businesses closing down, no group gathering sizes before literally the world shut down, or before the United States shut down. Yeah. So that has all been on hold. So basically, we had all these routes planned. I was so excited about it. We were going to be going to these brand new national parks. We're even talking about doing international travel, which obviously now has become very difficult to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And while it can be frustrating, we understand why it has to happen.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
there's always that frustration there, but you always need to hold on to that understanding of why it's happening.
Yeah,
and how important it is.
I completely understand about trying to flatten out the bubble and trying, even though maybe we aren't in high risk, that by us going out and traveling will affect those potentially in that high risk category. And actually, I guess Ashley could be considered somewhat high risk because she does have asthma, and so she's higher risk than say I would be.
Than you, but so, I wouldn't call myself high risk.
So we completely understand what's going on. It's just, we were supposed to be leaving in a week for our travels, and there was things that were supposed to be happening right now that I'm not going to talk about yet because I'm not sure if they're still going to happen and how that's all going to work out. So there's just so many things up.
I mean, obviously we would love for it to happen. It's just when. Yeah. And I think that's the question on everybody's mind, is when, you know? The unknown is always just so... Ever feel like it's, you know, the grandma opening the butterscotch in church? And I think that's like the question on everybody's mind right now is when? When will we get to go back to work? When will we get to be with our loved ones again?
When will we get to have toilet paper? All those questions. Don't even get me started on the toilet paper thing, guys. Oh my goodness. We were super excited to have this whole new season planned, and we were going to start traveling as of April 1st, I think is when we were going to try and take off.
I told James that it would be nice as a birthday present to start traveling on my birthday, but...
Because we were all kind of tired of the whole thing. So even Goose is like, I'm tired of seeing the same places over and over again. I was like, welcome to normal life.
Yeah. Oh man.
And so we still don't know. The thing that's crazy about this whole situation is things are always changing. Like, as of even a few days ago, we were still planning on trying to leave into early mid-April, but then all of a sudden campgrounds started closing down. There's rumors of RV parks being forced to be shut down. Thankfully, the national parks are still being super cool. They've even offered free admittance to people into the national parks. They're waiving the admittance fee, but they're being smart in that they're like closing down the main facilities. So like usually the visitor centers or the people where people will be congregated in close quarters, those are closed down, but you can get into the park for free, which I think is an amazing thing that the national parks are doing.
Especially if you're wise about it.
Yeah.
Give space, don't gather up, and like respect everybody's personal bubble. There's a 6-foot personal bubble that you have to have at this point in time.
And that 6 foot is for a reason, because we now know, or have known for a little while, that the way this transmits is not by air. It's not an airborne pathogen. It's by fluids, I guess you could say. So
Spittle.
cough, sneeze, licking, all those kinds
Why
of
are you
things.
licking that?
I was thinking of our children.
Oh, like you pointed at me and I'm like, that's weird.
Maverick's favorite thing to do is just kind of...
I licked you. I don't know why that's a thing.
Anyways, hopefully people aren't going into the grocery stores and licking each other, or the national parks and licking each other. But we now know that it's not an airborne pathogen. You don't have to worry about being, within 10 feet of people, because they're not going to give it to you. If they sneeze or cough on you, that's when the potential for transmission happens.
And the thing that I think everybody needs to remember is just because you don't feel like you need to give 6 feet doesn't mean the person that you are trying to get close to feels the same way.
Yeah,
So respect other people and how they're feeling. Don't just assume that because you feel one way, they have to as well.
Yeah, and that maybe it's someone who looks young and healthy, who's in their 20s or 30s, but maybe they have some severe asthma or bronchitis or some sort of respiratory issue that isn't apparent to you, and so they are at high risk. So if you are crowding around them, just be respectful of that. So I mean, there is a reason for this social distancing. It's inconvenient and it's frustrating as it can be. There is a reason for keeping distance and avoiding crowds. So that all being said,
and then there's just the obvious that should have been the obvious from the get-go. No matter what, if you're sick, stay home. Like, there is nothing more frustrating, especially when I was teaching, as people coming to work or sending their kids with high fevers. You're like,
if you're contagious, especially
if you're contagious, stay home.
And I totally understand if you are healthy and you're not at that high risk and you want to get out and enjoy this beautiful weather. I totally support that. And just like the national parks, you're supporting it, but be respectful of that social distance, that bubble. So when you're in a crowded area, keep that distance away from each other. That being said, we are going to try and start this next season, this season 8, as soon as we can, as soon as we feel comfortable with the ability to travel full time. Because right now we are still at Ashley's parents' house. We've been here for the past week or so as this stuff's been exploding. And so as soon as we can get back on the road, believe you, we want to get back out there and start traveling and seeing these places and go on this route that I am super excited about. But just like you, we're not exactly sure when that will be.
Yep. Hopefully everybody out there is being smart with how you handle this situation, being safe. And something that we watched in church today that really struck is like showing love during tough times. Like making sure that those who need help, if you are capable and you see that there is a need, fill that need for someone else. Let's show everyone Christ's love in making sure that we're not just taking care of ourselves, but we're taking care of others.
One of the cool things that Ashley touched on that I really think is so cool about this, a bright side of this whole thing is if this had happened, 10 or 20 years ago, you wouldn't have had technology where it is today and the ability to stay connected, whether it be with churches online and I've seen so many people posting about all these groups, these church groups that are meeting up online digitally in this way to have this community support. So maybe you are in that high risk category and you can reach out, and all these people who maybe are in the lower risk that are willing to help out, willing to go deliver food and whatnot, that it's so cool to see the communities that have that are flourishing in this crazy time. So trying to stay on the positive side, as we always say, staying positive. Yeah. There are ways, if you are in need of help or support, to reach out. And maybe you aren't part of a church or anything. Look at the churches in your area, in your community, even if you haven't been part of them, and I guarantee they will be willing to help you if you are in need, or even if you aren't in that high risk category, but you are too scared or too nervous to go out because of this insane insanity that's going on in our world right now, reach out and I guarantee that they will be willing to help you. And if you want to reach out to us, let us know. We will try and see how we can help hook you up with your local community. If we can find something for you, maybe you weren't tech savvy or whatever, you know, we are here to try and help you in any way that we can.
I know that there are a lot of moms and dads out there that are just overwhelmed with having to homeschool your kids right now. And I completely understand it. Like, don't get me wrong.
What are you talking about? Our kids are amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't that right, Goose?
I completely understand it. So things that I will be doing this week with the kids as I'm trying to get them outside and enjoying the weather that we're able to have right now.
Which is amazing. I am so glad this happened now instead of a couple weeks ago when it was raining. Oh my goodness.
Or snowing. Ugh. But I'm going to be doing like indoor and outdoor activities with my kiddos, and if you need ideas, feel free to reach out and DM us.
Homeschooling ideas.
Homeschooling, yes. If you need homeschooling ideas, feel free to reach out, DM us, and I will do my best to get back to you with any ideas that I have, or you can just watch some of our stories or whatever, and I'll be posting what we're doing so that maybe that can help you guys out a little bit while you are at home.
And actually, I think one of our next videos that will be coming out soon is about homeschooling and the kind of hands-on activities that we do. Now, this was all filmed before this craziness happened, so I think one of the things that we did for homeschooling is going to the zoo, which you probably can't do right now, but there are other things in there.
But we also show how we utilize letting our kids watch TV and making sure that they're still getting something out of it, which is always so much fun. Like, as a kid, let's not forget how excited you were when you saw that like TV getting wheeled into your classroom. With the VCR and everything, and you're going, yes, it's a movie day. So, I mean, let's not forget how exciting that was, and it's just the same for our kids. At least I feel it is. Yeah?
Yeah. All right, guys. Until next time, remember, stay positive. Amidst all the insanity going on in the world, try and focus on the positive that you can.
Don't get out there just
And when
yet.
you can get out there in a socially distanced, safe way. Make some memories, hopefully positive ones.
Life is an adventure, and this is just one of those things that you are going to be able to go, remember that time.
Yeah, you won't forget this month or however long this thing lasts. Stay positive, guys.
Yep. Life is an adventure.